Hello. I'm going to be working on the blue Oasis Bliss Drops mug, and we're going to be working on a bunch of ornaments today as well. So if you're watching on the replay, thanks for coming and hanging out. I am back to painting on the couch, so the camera is going to be a little bit shaky. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Oh, crapola. Of course I forgot something. Shoot. Okay. I knew I needed my flexible tape measure so I can make sure that the design is the same distance away from the handle on both sides. So bear with me, I'm just going to grab that. All right. Oh. Get back and get comfy. Oh, my electric blanket turned off. That's no good. All right. Dun-dun-dun. So now I want to measure how far that center dot is on either side of the handle. So I'm going to look straight down this way to make sure that I'm not looking at it too much from one side or the other. So that's about 1.25. I went about there. No, let's see what I can do here. Okay, so I'm not seeing straight with my eyes. So we're going to say 148 is in the middle. So I want to go down to, I want to go 1.75, and then I'm going to go 1.75 on this side. Oops. Oh, come on, marker. 1.75. So that is going to give me my center. Hi everybody. Sorry, I was so focused on finding that spot, my eyes were not cooperating. So I've got a little spot mark down here. How's everybody doing? Hi, Barb. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Tina. It's so good to see you guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming to hang out. Hey, Doris. Hey, Marlis. Hi, Tina and Valerie and Candy and Cindy. Hi, guys. So we're going to work on this Bliss Drops mug tonight. And we're actually also going to work on, I was thinking we'd do ornaments too, but I think we're gonna, oh no, we can't work on the canvas. Shoot. I'm waiting on paints for the canvas. I forgot I'd run out of the color I needed. So we're gonna be working on this and ornaments. Good to see you guys. Were you off today, Barb? What did everybody get up to today? I feel like that's not. I feel like this chalk pen just doesn't want to work. We're going to say there. And then we're going to go here and here and way down here off camera. Sorry. And then I'll just do a couple dots out to the side to help me go in a straight line. All right, really hard to see on camera, but the dots are there. Off today, very nice. What'd you do with yourself? Painted a 10-inch mandala in neutral tones. Oh, beautiful. How do you find working in neutral tones? I find them very difficult sometimes because I'm so used to working in the bright tones. And but they always look so, so beautiful. How do you like it? Not doing so well today? Oh, I'm so sorry, Lauren. Sending you lots of love and happy to spend time with you. Happy to keep you company, and I hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel more like yourself. Very different, eh? So interesting, eh? But that is very cool, and that's no small mandala. Oops, I need a bit more paint there. Sorry about the shaky camera. I am sitting on my couch. I was hoping Miss Audrey would want to come and chill out with me. I've been working around the apartment. Oh, sugar. I gotta go find my little pointy tool. I've been working around the apartment. I was working on the storage room today, trying to kind of get it ready for getting our ceilings done next week. And I'm going to paint the whole apartment too. Anyways, so I was banging around and moving stuff all over the place, and I had the vacuum, of course, out of the room that I was working in, and that was against Audrey's preferences, so she's had a little bit of a stressful day today. So I was kind of hoping that sitting on the couch, she might decide to come and sit with us tonight. Now, I'm just going to move the table really quickly here. Well, not really quickly because I don't want to spill anything, but I'm going to just grab my little pointy tool so that we can pop bubbles if we need to, and then I will come back and catch up on those comments. At 8:30, I'm going to have to stop and give her inhaler, but she's a pro at that now, and you guys are pros at being there for it, so sorry for the little shake up. All right, let me scroll back. Hi, Cindy. Following a pattern from Thoughtful Dots. Nice. Demi does beautiful designs. Such beautiful work. Hey, Kathy. Good to see you guys. So this is mug number 6 in the Bliss Drops mug series. And there will be more, I think, after this one. We're going to go and do a pair of Sedona mugs, I think, are going to be the next one. And then the one after that is going to be Dune. I'm dying to do a couple of mugs with Dune. So these are Bliss Drops. Their paints our friend Tara made, and she makes them in her home, and they're wonderful to work with. So I've been making a whole bunch of stuff with them and with this design, and loving every damn second of it. So pleased with how this stuff has been turning out. So we're going to keep it going. My goal is to be able to do one mug in black, one black mug and one white mug in every Bliss Drops color and just keep building up the collection. So we'll see how it goes. I never can catch where your dots are on the template. Oh, on the Happy Dotting Company stencil here. So this is the larger one. I believe it is The 5-inch. And those little black marks are my marks on the mug. Does that help? Slowly working on the workshop piece, one row at a time. Nice. Aren't they great, Kathy? They're such awesome paints. If you are on the fence and haven't tried Bliss Drops yet, if you are somebody who really wants to love swoops but just is not enjoying them or is struggling with them and is having any frustrations, these paints are incredible. Incredible for swoops. Did that help, Tina? And I apologize, you guys. I have to blow my nose, so I'm going to mute myself for a second so you don't have to listen to that. How you doing, Christine? How's everybody doing? Everybody happy and healthy? Oh, sugar. That one I think might be too close. Oh, no, I think we're all right. Ooh, that was close. I know, I sound like a foghorn. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So glad to hear that. I really do love this design. This is not working because look at the size of that space compared to the size of that space. So that, well, of course it can still be right because sugar. I see what happened. It's tilted. Well, excuse me. All right, I gotta go grab some cotton swabs. Hold on. Oh, us and Miss Audrey are doing well. Thank you for asking. She's curled up on her memory foam mattress out in the living room having a snooze. She's very stressed out because I was very busy around the apartment today. So I think she's a little worn out. But she's doing good. She's adjusting well. We're making progress with getting the work done around the apartment that we need to get done to make it a healthier environment for her. I'm going to be taking all of these off before I scare anybody. I'm going to take these off. I wonder if I'm better to wait until they dry a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this dot in closer to the handle. That's where it's a little off here. So I'm going to move it in closer to the handle and about level with that one. And that should bring all of these a little bit closer and make that a little bit, it'll still come closer than on the other side, but it should be at least a little bit straighter, I think. I think you and Christina should do a live painting together, make it a group activity. Anything is possible. I don't usually do joint lives with people because I find I'm not able to focus. I find it very difficult to follow along with what I'm doing and everything that's going on. The ones that I have done in the past haven't. It's not that anything has gone wrong, but I've found them very stressful. But that doesn't mean that they won't happen at some point in the future. I think it's going to save me a lot of headaches if I wait and let this dry a little bit and then come back and peel those off and make that adjustment. And I think that'll make it, I think we'll be all right. Pooper, what a way to start. Oh well. Oh well, that's all right. Okay, so we're going to set up for ornaments then. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Hopefully it'll dry enough we can peel it later. And we'll grab some ornaments to work on. Oh, goodness. I know, it makes me so upset how it's such a waste of list drops. So these are Mirage. We're going to use Mirage. And then we've got these 3 ornaments. So we've got the front and the back side done. And then we'll start on the 3rd side on these ones. Now, what was I going to do? There's something very important that I was going to do. Nope, it's gone. All right, well, it'll either come back or it won't. I know, and poor Miss Audrey, right? It's just a terrible, terrible life. I am beyond excited for the work that we're going to be getting done in our home over the next couple of weeks. Yesterday, I'm trying to tackle one room every single day and get rid of a bunch of stuff and start making sure that things are packed up and able to be easily moved and stored and everything while the contractors are here doing the ceilings. So I did the kitchen yesterday. I started the storage room today. I'm going to finish the storage room tomorrow and do the hall closet. So I've got one a day till pretty much next Thursday, and that is when we will go and check into a hotel. I totally understand that we would have an audience. I'm not convinced that I would be able to focus and pay attention. It wasn't great experiences for me the last few times I've done it. It was quite stressful to me. I appreciate that there's an audience. I appreciate that there's people that would want to see that. I just don't know if it's something that I will be able to do. Yeah, so I started one of the other sections on the Oasis mug, Tara, the Oasis on white, and I moved some of the spacing around, so it took up a little too much space and made the 2 sides really uneven. So I'm waiting for it to dry. I was gonna just remove it and fight with a cotton swab and everything, but I remembered you saying that when it's kind of just newly dry, it peels off really easily, as long as I catch it in time. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit and peel it off. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to give that a shot and see if I can't peel that off easily, and then I'll just do just a little bit of repair. But it makes me sad too. Makes me very sad. But I also am feeling very excited because again, I'm going to pick up my package of paints at the post office tomorrow. So there's new bliss drops coming in, which means we'll be able to work on the canvas tomorrow. Maybe we can get the remainder of the tombstone on the metallic teal canvas done. That would be kind of cool. That would be fun. Hey, Asha. All right, let's zoom in and let me know if that glare is too much or if it ends up causing any problems for shadow or anything. And I forgot my other tool in the other room. Shit. I am on fire tonight, folks. Absolute fire. Here we go. Completely unprepared. And we're going to have to stop in a couple of minutes for a minute or two. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's try again. Crap. Everybody's still here? I lost connection there for a second. Hopefully everybody's okay. Depending on how long you duet live, if you are more comfortable doing lives. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Until it feels like a fun idea, I'm not doing it. It was about a year and a half. About a year and a half, 2 years maybe. Don't feel bad, Jamie. I'm making a balcony. Oh no, he used tombstone accidentally. What does it mean? You're making a balcony and white piece? Oh, a black and white piece. I was like, what? Oh, that's upsetting. Yeah, we're in it together. Yeah, gotta go for the fun, right? There's lots of great ideas out there. For sure. It's all about picking their moments. Oh, there's a huge bubble there. Ooh. No, go away. I just made the bubble bigger somehow. I'm really excited because as we get things taken care of around here, it's going to open me back up to be able to do things like resin and gypsum pouring. And that's going to be really, really fun. I've got a bunch of stuff like that I'd like to use bliss drops on too, and a whole bunch of different project ideas. I was sitting and trying to make a mental list of all the projects that I have in my mind for bliss drops. And I think I'm going to write them out. Because I think I'm going to forget, but there was a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas to run through. Whoop. First and foremost, the 150 Christmas ornaments here that I have, probably a good idea to get them done. And Tara and I talked about painting bliss drops, cactus rose on black pieces. So I'm going to be getting that one prepped soon too. That one's waiting until after we come back and get everything settled in, because I don't have space for a big piece like that, but can't wait. Oh, didn't notice until they were dry. Oh, that's so upsetting. Right? The superpower of making the bubble bigger. Hey, Mel, how you doing? How you feeling? Yeah, I think that's going to be really fun. I'm really, really excited. I keep looking at the different size canvases that I have and going, yeah, but it's not big enough. And so there's a part of me that might do it on a really big canvas, like maybe the 3 foot by 4 foot canvas. I think that could be really cool. But we'll see. I gotta see how much space I can clear up to be able to do that kind of work on something that big. The last time I worked on something like that, big like that, I painted it on my pull-out sofa because it was the only space big enough that I could actually spin the canvas around enough. You're feeling okay? Oh, that's good. I hope that you're on the mend. Yeah, that would be a really good time to practice the 16-ounce jug of it, and I'll just refill the bottles. That could be it. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be an interesting experiment too to see, how much paint it really takes to do something that big. That'll be a really interesting experiment. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. All right, haven't had space here on a bunch of ornaments lately, but in the original design, I did these smaller swoops. And a dot. So while we have space, we will do it. Yes, buckets and buckets and buckets of cactus rose. Take a bath in it. Well, that was a bit of a tight squeeze. I didn't quite center that very well. There's definitely not as much space over here, but that's all right. Oh, bubble. I see a bubble. Look how quickly that just self-levels again right after the bubble. I love that. I love that. It's so satisfying. And then there's a bubble here. Completely zoned out. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so sorry. This is so enjoyable right now. I'm so relaxed. Uh-oh, a little bit of paint stuck on the end of the tool. Oh, there's the alarm. All right, so I'm going to turn that alarm off. That's the alarm that lets me know it's time for Miss Audrey's inhaler. So I'm going to finish these swoops. We'll set this down. I will have to zip out for a minute, so I'm just going to kind of pause the live. Do we need to come up with a topic of conversation? Like, where's everybody from? Tell us your favorite color combo and tell us about your pets. And we will be right back. So it'll just take me a couple of minutes. I need to give her inhaler and then just dish out her treat for her. Because of course she gets a treat for being such a good girl and taking an inhaler. There we go. So unfortunately that means we are going to be paused here for a minute or two. But stay tuned. I will be right back. I'm going to actually write that on a piece of paper for anybody who comes in and pops in. We will giving my cat her inhaler back soon. Let's leave that out there. We'll do this. There we go. All right, I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sarah. Are you okay, Mom? Come on. Come on. Good girl. Be right back, you guys. Come on. Come on. Okay, you guys, I'll be right back. I'm just going to check on my mom 1 sec. All right, guys, sorry about that. Mom just needed a hand, so we are good to get back to painting. All right, let's do it. Let me just catch up with what I've missed. I know, Audrey's so sweet, eh? She's such a good girl. You won't know if you freeze. Did you freeze up? If it looks the same, you won't know. That's hilarious. All right, let's do ornament number 2. All right. Take the little hook off. And here we go. Hi, Gabrielle. Good to see ya. Thanks, guys, for being so patient while I do that. It is the toll. And again, when I came back. That sucks. Stupid technology. Yeah, gotta pay the troll toll. Oh. All right. Oh, now I gotta scratch my back. Okay. My goodness. I'm like old and crotchety today. Jesus. Hi, Audrey. What are you doing? Are you going to come up here? Or are you going to sulk? She was just out into the living room, and she wants to play. So now she's coming in to sulk. Hi. What are you doing? Are you coming up? Oh, here she comes. Hi. Can we get the eye boogers out of your eyeballs? Maybe? Did we get him? And yes, I did just wipe the eye boogers onto the blanket. Let me get the other one. Let me get it. Let me get it. Uh-oh. We just snoozed the last alarm. We didn't turn it off. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna make you jump down again. She's gonna get mad. She is. She's such a good girl. She's such a good girl. What's the problem? What's the problem? Hey. Hey. I'm not even gonna look at you. I'll sit next to you, but you get none of my attention. Yeah, she kind of sulks for a little while after the inhaler, but she's really pretty good. It's pretty impressive. She's been on her own for most of the day because I've been doing different, working on the organizing and cleaning the storage room, and I've been banging around a lot, and she got scared quite a few times. So I think I'm still paying the toll on that one as well. She's pretty cute, though. Pretty glad she's around. Right, little miss? So this is exactly why I paint on the couch, because then I can have this right beside me. It's hell on the back, and it's wickedly inconvenient, but she sits next to me, so I have to. When I sit and I daydream quite often about like what my ultimate setup in my studio would be, and I keep going back to the idea of having just either a really nice chaise or a small love seat that she could jump up on and sit with me while I'm painting, and just be able to have like the table on hydraulics, lower it down so it's nice and low for sitting on a low surface like that, but just completely cater the space to say, how can I set it up so that she can be with me as much as humanly possible. I just love it. No, and so I think she actually feels some relief with the inhaler too, because she rarely fights it. She isn't always happy about it, and sometimes she wants to stop sooner than her dosage, but like she never, like I have to take her to a groomer to get her nails done because I can't hold on to her, and the fact that she doesn't throw that kind of hairy fit. Sorry, I just heard something. I'm just gonna go check on Mom. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's try again. Oh. All right. Fix the blanket. We're good. Mom's okay. Mom's had a rough few days. She hasn't been feeling great. And so we're just keeping an eye. But yeah, she's as okay as she can be. Thank you for asking. Got a doctor's appointment next week, so hopefully that'll help a little bit. She's been having some difficulty breathing. She's on blood thinners, like I am, and we have a machine that we can test her levels at home, so we don't have to go to the clinic, just to stay on top of her blood work. And her blood levels have been very high. So when your blood levels are high for blood thinners, your blood is thinner. So the higher the number, the thinner your blood is. So when your blood is super thin, you feel weaker, you feel dizzy, almost fainting potentially. You don't clot. So if you do bleed, it's really difficult to stop. Breathing becomes more difficult because your blood's not carrying oxygen properly. All the things are affected. So we're just kind of managing her levels to try and help her get back to where she's comfortable, and hopefully that won't take too much longer. She's been feeling better the last since yesterday was her first better day. So I think it's going to be like a couple steps forward, one step back kind of thing for a bit. That's tough. My dad's not doing too well, but when I move, I'll be closer. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad for you. It helps to be closer, right? Especially if you spend a significant amount of time worrying about what happens when you're not there. Nice to know you can get to them. Nice and quickly. And it can be tough, but we're all right. We'll just have our moments. So hopefully I'm optimistic that she's going to start to feel better over the next couple coming days, because that's usually what happens when this has happened before, and when it's happened to me. I'm the same way. It takes a couple of days to kind of get back on track and feel more like yourself. So I'm optimistic, but I'm also glad that we've got the doctor's appointment on Tuesday, so that if she's not feeling the level of better that we hope, that she'll have some support there, which is good. She really likes her doctor. We're very lucky. Worst part about getting older. Ooh. Are you getting excited about the move, Tara? Are you stressed out? Are you kind of a mix of both? How you doing with it? That's big news. Can I? Yeah, I can. I try not to unless we know that, like, I don't leave the house very much when she's going through a rough period. I haven't been leaving the house much because of Audrey anyway, until we get this place to be a safe environment for her breathing. But yeah, thankfully, I can leave and go grocery shopping and stuff like that. And I've been able to go out for significant periods of time, like going to trivia and stuff like that. Just depends on how she's doing. But we do our best to make that work as best as possible, so that it's not impossible, which is good. She doesn't get out as much as she would like. I'm hoping that the goal is to get her to a point and help her continue to improve to a point where she can maybe get out and go for drives more easily and just get around and move a little bit easier. One of the things that we want to do after we get this place painted and start to get it set up and everything, is we want to get a nice recliner for the living room, because right now she's in bed basically 24/7, and we think that it would help her a lot physically, to just be sitting up and supported, and as opposed to being on a mattress, but also mentally, right? Because she's in her room 24/7. It's got to feel like a prison, So I'm hoping that we all know how stress and alleviating stress can have impacts on our bodies. So I'm hoping that just kind of helping her to feel a little bit more independent and normal will also help to feed her physical health. So we try everything and we see what works and what doesn't, right? But that's my hope. My hope is that we can get a nice armchair set up in the living room for her, so that she can get up out of bed every day, not be spending your entire life in that room, right? I'm excited. My boyfriend is stressed. He's the one with dealing with all the paperwork. Yeah, that's got to be stressful. Let me know when you need my half of the money. That's wonderful that he's doing that. That's definitely a lot for sure. That makes sense for some extra stress there. He's doing a good job, and the stress will be gone soon. I'm so excited for you. The only couch we have is in my room, where there's no TV. We don't have a couch in the living room right now. So that's why we're going to get her an armchair, so that she can be. So once we have something for her to sit on, then we will be able to do that. yeah, we just don't have anything right now. And to be brutally honest, I don't know how well she would fare on a couch. I don't think she'd be able to get up and down easy. So we're hoping to get her like a power lift recliner, so it'll help her stand and help her sit and take some of that pressure off of her body. Hopefully, anyway. So we're getting closer to that. Can't do any of that until this place is clean and painted. So now that we're on a path for that, I think that things are going to positively change quite quickly, which is very exciting. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this one because being that it's on the white, and I'm going to turn down this overhead light, and I hope that helps a little bit too. Yeah, it should be some good changes. Every time I tell people I'm painting my walls too, I get the question of, oh, what colors are you going to do? Like my building manager was up here and she's like, oh my goodness, you're an artist. What colors are you going to do the walls? I'm sure it's going to be really fun and creative. I'm like, nope, I've got 2 shades of white. I've got a bright white for the trim and the doors, and I've got a really nice, pretty, soft, warm white for the walls. I want white, 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 white everywhere. I want it to look so bright and so clean in here. And then I'll just put up a bunch of paintings on the wall and that can be the color. Thanks, Tara. I'm lucky to have her too. It works out pretty well. But I appreciate that very much. Oh. So I went through the kitchen yesterday and started getting rid of, we have a lot of duplicate stuff because when I moved in, I had all my stuff. And then, of course, all of Mom and Dad's stuff was already here. And so we were getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I've got the back of our SUV is full of stuff that's going to get donated and then the back seat is starting to fill up with stuff that's going to the dump. And, but I spent the day yesterday cleaning in the kitchen because the first thought in my head was, all right, so we've got to move everything away from the walls and into the center of each room so that they can cover it in plastic when they're doing the ceilings. Where the hell am I going to put all of my hand-painted inventory? Like all of these mugs that I have, where the hell am I going to put them so that they're safe and not risking getting banged around or anything? So we knew that we had stuff in the kitchen we wanted to get rid of. So I've been emptying cupboards out there and I'm going to start putting all of that stuff out there. But can I tell you, my body is very much feeling 47 today after all of that yesterday. So I emptied out all the cabinets, cleaned everything out, put back what we were keeping, rearranged everything, but and then working on the storage room today. I'm getting a good workout. This might start something for me. Because I'm moving around a hell of a lot more than I do on a normal day. But my body is feeling it. And just yelling at me, lay down! Stop moving and just Lay down. And I'm actually very excited to do that tonight. I'm like, I'm going to get such a good night's sleep for the next week while I'm doing all of this other physical work that my body's not used to. Ooh. That was almost too much paint. You love when I whisper, yeah. Let's go! I didn't realize I do it that often. That's funny. Oh my gosh. So, you know, when that happens and somebody points something out like that, and then you're like, I didn't even think I did it. And then immediately your mind is flooded by all the times that you do it. Like, you know you do it. It's right there. And I think it comes from whenever I'm out, whether I'm alone or whether I'm with people, if I see a dog, I immediately start talking like I'm the dog. And when I'm outside playing with puppies, like here in the apartment building, we've got some of the most amazing dogs, and I don't know half of the people's names, but I know the dogs. And half the time when they're playing, I'm like trying to script what I think they'd be saying, and I do it out loud, and I do it in that voice. I do it in that voice. Like when they're running and playing, I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. So much fun. And I do it a lot of times because I do that to people's dogs that I don't know. And I don't want them to hear me and think that I've completely lost it. We used to go out for lunch to a place, and they allowed dogs on the patio, and my friends would get frustrated with me because they're like, can you please participate in our conversation? Because I'm so concerned with watching the other dogs and having, like, doing their fake dialogue. Like, I just look at an animal and I start doing their fake dialogue. I love it. No such thing as being here too often, Tara. No such thing. You do that when your dog's friends come over for play dates. I love it. That's amazing. All right, so these guys need to dry a little bit, so that means I need to get more ornaments. So I'm going to grab, what colors do I have handy? Once I'm done, I think I've got enough. Maybe I could do one. I really want to do an oasis on white, but I don't know if I've got any white ornaments handy if they're all in Mom's room. We'll see. A video of this dog and me narrating. I'll see what I can do. But I remember that a friend warned a new person when we went out for lunch to that place, saying she's going to start talking and you don't need to listen to her. She's just saying what she thinks the dog would be saying if the dog could talk. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, I've got a box of pink ornaments handy, so we'll do some of these. I know, I had to stand up again. It's happening slower and slower every time. You know when your legs feel like they each weigh about 5,000 pounds? That's where it is right now. You do that too, Tara? Do that to people sometimes. Like one time I was at the beach and I saw a guy paragliding and I'm like, I don't know how to stop this thing. Somebody help me. Yes, exactly. Yes. Only I'm doing it, and I'm doing it with the animals, going, oh, Mom, please give me some of your sandwich. That looks so good. Why are these people walking by and none of them are petting me? I'm so pretty. Look at me. I'm just looking here with my little face and nobody's talking to me. It's so fun to do. Wasn't that, there was a character on New Girl that did that too, only she did that while she was watching PORN, and she'd make up side dialogues for that. One of Nick's girlfriends on New Girl. That was a fun one too. All right. Let's see here. Oh, I need a couple more cups. Shit. Audrey, you do it for me. Can you do it? Can you stand up and go grab stuff for me? All right. Just needed 2 more of these little cups. These cups have hot glue gun glue around the edges. If I was placing one of these ornaments on a paper cup without the glue, it kind of moves around really easy and it could spin around. But with the glue, it doesn't move. So it's not so much stability for while I'm painting, but having something fairly stable that I'm able to move the table back and forth and know that the ornaments aren't going to go jumping all over the place is very, very helpful. So I have 5 of them, so I can have 5 ornaments on the go, and I'm letting them all dry wet side facing up so that the paint doesn't slide down the ornament. The stencil that I'm using is the number 3 stencil from Happy Dotting Company for the 3-inch stone. And I use the hook because it kind of forms a nice straight line for me. Gives me something to line up my stencil with. This way. And then what I do is I turn it to the side, and I want to see that when this lays down, if it's up too high, see how it'll point down. If it's down too low, it'll point up. So you just move it up and down until you get to a nice whoop, and turn it. Make sure it's still turned the right way. And there we go, like that. Oops. And then we've got our guide dots. Okay. Let's zoom back down here. Oh, Kathy. Kathy. No, I have not. All right. All right. We're going to do this set in Wasteland then. Well, excellent idea, because no, I hadn't. I've prepped a couple canvases, kind of like how I was doing the teal canvas. And I've got a beautiful gray that I'm thinking I'm going to do either Prickly Pear or Wasteland on. And then what was I going to do on that one? I've got a plum colored background that I'm going to use Dune on. I think that's going to look really, really, really cool. All right. Wasteland on the pink. Thank you, Kathy. Let's zoom in so you can actually see. I'm honestly a little surprised I haven't too. To be brutally honest, I'm a little taken aback. I'm like, it was such an obvious one to think of. I've done Wasteland on white, but I haven't done it on pink yet. This is going to be beautiful. Uh-oh, there's a hair on my paint. Always remember that anytime, any place paint is exposed to air, it can dry and kind of gum up. So make sure that you just remember that for the tips of your bliss drops as well. The tips clean out really, really easily, and there's not usually a lot there. But make sure you do it. I'm hoping to get my hands on some black glass Christmas ornaments for the next holiday season. And that's when we'll have some pretty serious fun with color too. I can't wait to play with Superstition. I'm so excited about that one. And the new paints. I'm so excited. Yeah, this is going to look great. And it's perfect, too, because this one has the silver tops. The red ones have the gold tops. And what other ones? Teal has silver, too. And so does the white. I haven't done Heat Wave on white yet, and that's on my list too. Because I think it would look really cool to do a set of Mirage, like a set of 4 ornaments that are like Mirage on the red ornaments and Heat Wave on the white ornaments. I think that would look really cool. So that's definitely on the list. I've got a whole bunch of navy blue matte ornaments that I'm going to do Snowbird on, because I've done one of them and it looks like it's just frost and it looks so icy and beautiful. So I'm going to do a bunch of those. I want to try this design with Heat Wave, probably Bambi, and Verde, and do a nice on white ornaments with the red, green, and gold. I think that would be really pretty. I did. I got them all. I think this is gonna look good. I love these paints so much. I am so excited. And I'm going to start keeping track of what I can get out of each bottle, right? Like how many ornaments can I paint with one bottle in this design, or how many bottles do I use in each project? I feel like it would be interesting, but also probably something pretty important for my business that I should probably be aware of. So it's a win-win to track it. Mm-hmm. This is going to look like sparkly ice on this, I think. What's up, Audrey? Did you guys hear that? Did you hear her? What was that? What are you doing? You all right? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Oh, Chuckwalla and Bambi together. Oh, I don't know that I would have put those ones together. That's cool. That could be really pretty. Very gold and decadent, eh? That's another good one to try. There's so many. There's so many. I haven't done anywhere near enough with Havasu yet either. And I'm waiting for the right idea to come to mind with it, because it's one of those ones where I'm like, it just it needs to work out. Because it's such a pretty color. Ooh. Oops. Oh, all right. I can do that. I put Chuckwalla and Monsoon together. I would not have thought of Chuckwalla and Bambi. All right. It will be on the list. Thanks, Kathy. How about I'll go find the white ornaments. I think they're in here. I'll grab the white ornaments and we'll do heat wave. All right, so we'll let that one dry. I don't like the direction the piece I'm working on is going. Oh no, how come? Don't like the swooshes I'm doing, but I'm gonna keep going, hope for the best. What are you painting on? I'm sure it'll turn around. It's the hard part, right? When you get to that point where you're like, do I continue with something that I'm not happy with? Or do I scrap it and start over? And it's just so hard to scrap it and start over. All right, I'm going to see. So I have these cabinets here. They're filled with stuff to paint. So these are all old canvases. I've got glass stuff. I've got flower pots. That's a bunch of mediums. Mugs. What's in there? Mugs. Magnets and canvas panels. What are you? Mugs. Little wooden things. All kinds of crazy stuff. But in one corner, pink more white ones in there. And then that's all wood. And then again on the bottom. I really mean it when I say I shouldn't need to buy anything to paint on for like 3 years. Let me scroll back here. I know I'm behind. Bear with me. Yep, trust the process. Black and white mandala on a wood round. I'm sure you'll turn it around. I never scrap my pieces. I keep going and keep adding till I like it. Someone else is bound to like it too. And that's another really good point. Just because it might not be your own favorite doesn't mean that it's not going to be someone else's favorite, right? Yeah, those cabinets are great. They're IKEA. Relatively inexpensive. And they hold a ton. Roxanne, I want to try dotting. I've never tried dotting. You totally should try. It's really, really fun. It's very relaxing, very meditative, and completely and totally addicting. If you look up Mandala Love Affair Canada on YouTube, I've got some beginner tutorials there that are Facebook Live videos from a couple of years ago that I did with full projects and everything. So if that's helpful for you, then they are there for you. All right, there's heat wave. So let's do a red heat wave on white. Yeah, it's got a lot of space. The problem with having too much space is that it's too many places for things to go and hide. You know, that's the hard part. But that's all right. That's what I'm working on this week. Going through a bunch of stuff to make sure that what I have still aligns with where I want to go and figure out a way to store it all. I love that storage unit though. Letitia's got that storage unit too, and she got some really cool inserts. There's the inserts that divided into 4 very kind of shallow shelves, and that's where she stores a lot of her blanks for her gypsum. She puts them on cookie sheets and in those shelves and those inserts. It's freaking fantastic. You guys are such an amazing community. I love that. Kathy says, Roxanne, and follow us. We'll be happy to help. Yes, keep coming back here and answer questions. Mel's great advice. Do it and remember to practice, practice, practice. Yes. And I go live here about 8 to 10 hours a week. So if you have questions, you can definitely come and hang out. If you go to my main page and then go to the about section, there's a link in there that will also take you to the YouTube channel. And it'll also take you to the Facebook group. I've got a Facebook group that you can join, and the community there is fantastic as well. So you can post pictures of your own work and ask for feedback, or just show it off and get ideas and ask all kinds of questions and learn too. So it's absolutely fantastic. It's such a wonderful group of people. There are fellow artists. There are just fellow craftspeople that just enjoy the art form. There are other teachers. There are other beginners that are just starting out. It's a really good mix of people to help give you lots of resources. Right, Tara? There's so many incredible artists, and they are so freaking generous. Generous with their knowledge and their time, and it's such a cool environment to learn in. So welcome. We're happy you're here. All right, heat wave on white. This is going to look so freaking cool when it's done. want to be really careful with this one because I want to make sure that there's lots of that white contrast in between, that stuff isn't running together. Because this dries to be such a rich dark red, that it's going to contrast really nicely against the white. So I want to be able to see as much of that contrast as possible by making sure that there's lots of that white space in between each swoop and each dot. Whoop. The color change when we're watching these paints dry too is just so cool. Hi, Audrey. What's up, babe? Every time I see a new paint, I'm like, but it's already a pretty color when it's wet, and it's going to change. It's so cool. I really love these ornaments. I think they look very expensive. I'm so glad they look so fancy. That's nice to hear. I'm really proud of them, and thank you for saying that. I'm really, really proud of this design, and I'm having so much fun with it on the mugs and on the ornaments. And I do feel that they feel just a little extra fancy and a little extra. So thank you for that. That means a lot. You guys have shown a ton of love for this design. And it has helped all of us fall even more in love with bliss drops. I know, you fancy. Who knew? Hand is so steady. And that'll come with practice too. And sometimes your body will completely betray you while you are doing this art form or any art form. You'll be like, I got it under control. I got the muscle memory. I've practiced. Because your hands will get used to the movements and stuff as well, right? And that helps. It will get smoother the more you practice. But sometimes your body will completely betray you, and you'll think you've got it down, and then your body will go, nope, we're going to cramp up, or nope, you want to pull the paint to the left, but we're just going to move to the right because we haven't done that in a while, or because we feel like it. And that's part of it as well. The biggest thing to remember when you're learning dot mandala painting or any new skill is that, number one, it's a skill. You can learn it. There's no innate thing that you need to be born with in order to be able to do it. You just need to have the interest and the desire to keep practicing, right? So you'll hear us talk a lot about following the fun. Follow the fun. Do what you enjoy. It's the only thing that is sustainable. Right? So if there's a particular style or design or technique or something like that that just doesn't look super fun to you, don't force yourself to do it. There are no rules. No rules and tons of experimentation. And many experiments will not work out the way that you want them to, but you will always get some clarity and learn from those moments. Always, always, always. I really like this piece, but I would do this differently. Or I really like this piece, but I really hate those swoops. Or I struggled through this whole piece. I didn't enjoy any of it, and it was because of this particular technique or this particular color. There's information in all of it, right? So don't try to not make mistakes. Try to be super tuned in to what that mistake, what kind of clarity that quote unquote mistake, what that thing is that you don't like, what that thing is trying to tell you. I don't like this, but what do I like? Well, I don't know. Well, how about we try this? How about we try that? Having those conversations with yourself is the goal. There's never a goal of, I can't wait to not make the mistakes. It's always gratifying when that happens, right? But mistakes and things you want to change and things you don't like, it's going to continue to happen. So just embrace it and look for what you can take out of it. Because there's always information there. And ask lots of questions. Watch lots of different artists. There are, like Tara said, there are so many incredible artists that are so incredibly generous with what they know, right? Watch as many different ones as you can. There is no right or wrong way to do this. So check out all the different ways that all the different people are doing it. And use that to help you figure out what the way is that you want to do it. I should sit this down one of these times. Did we talk about that one time about doing a time lapse to watch the paint dry? I'll have to set that up one of these days. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a really cool one for a color like Cactus Rose or Chuckwalla. That would be really freaking cool. Who's leaving? Mel leaving? So I can get my grandson to his doctor's appointment tomorrow. Take care of yourself, Mel. Have a good day tomorrow. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Let me just scroll back. I know I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Behind on the comments. Hold on. I call Tara Miss Bliss. It's a good nickname. Those Trader Twitch, right? It's so upsetting when it happens, when your hand will be moving one way and it'll just move and twitch. Or I've had it where I've been trying to be so slow to put my tool down on the surface and then I'll smash the surface with my tool. Or I'll go to just pick up a tool and my hand will not grab it. I end up chucking it across the room. That's okay, Vicky. Never ever a problem. We're here and you pop in as often as you are want to or are able to. It's never a problem, okay? We're going to taxes and using the calculator on my phone while watching on my phone. That'll cause a lot of flipping back, eh? Christine, I had a love-hate relationship with swoops. Love them and want to do them so badly, but couldn't make nice swoops. Until Bliss drops. Yeah, I think that would be really cool to do that time lapse. Isn't it beautiful how they kind of self-level and you don't get those big craters down the middle and the big moats down the middle of the swoops? It's really nice. They backfill really, really nicely. If you pop bubbles, they self-level really nice. You can add more paint to them and they'll level out wonderfully. They're fantastic paints. Oh, Lauren, I'm so sorry. love you to bits. We're here if you need us, okay? And we're there with you in spirit. Please take care of yourself. And we love you. I love you. And I hope you feel more like yourself tomorrow. And just know you're not alone. All right. So we're going to leave this one to see how it dries over the next half hour, but I'm going to hang up a couple of those ones in the back so we can do a couple more. All right. So I'm going to hang up the two red ones because I think I did them first. Did I, Audrey? You don't care. One and two, and actually the white one might be able to be hung up now as well. So those two red ones and this white one still have one more side that need to be painted. So these ornaments are a process. To complete an ornament, it takes me 4 days. Only about 10-15 minutes each day, but I have to let it dry before I can do the other side. So what I do is I do a whole bunch of all one side, and then the next day I just keep progressing them all forward. And yeah, just progress them all forward, and then by the end of 4 days, if I really sat down and painted, and I should really do this, that would be a really interesting thing to do, and I could even do it live. When I redo my ornament wall so it's a little bit more secure, I am going to do that. I'm going to just see how many ornaments, one piece of the ornament, can I do in one day. Just book a whole day of painting for myself and then continue that for 4 days and see how many ornaments I could actually have finished at the end of the 4 days. That could be really interesting. Very interesting idea. I love this community so much. You guys are so full of love. It's just so wonderful. All right. I want to try Verde and Heat Wave in Bambi. We're going to try those three on this one. So, what does that mean? What colors are we going to do where? Well, I think the walking dots need to be gold. All right, let's just get started and we'll see where this takes us, because I have no idea how I'm going to do the colors in this one. Let's see. Okay. So, I could alternate it, couldn't I? Oh. Well, let's try it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Right? Let's zoom in a bit here. When I think of an idea. Oh. Some of them, it's so hard not to just jump and do it right away. Like it just, there are some of them where you have no choice. You have to just try it now, right? All right, so let's do, we're gonna do red. We're gonna go super extra. I should grab my other cup. Woo! That came out faster than I thought it was going to. And I'm gonna go grab my other little paint stands. So I've got 2 more of these little doodads. Glue holders, I believe. They were 3D printed by a business called The Country Hive on Etsy. And they were a gift from Vicky. Thanks again, Vicky. I love them still so much. But they are absolutely perfect for holding bliss drops upside down. Or any of the bottles, if you're painting with bottles. I'm sorry, Audrey. Heaven forbid. How dare I? My goodness. Ah, thank you, Tara. But they're fantastic because they hold your paint bottles upside down. And the reason that you want to do that is because you don't want to have to turn it right side up like this. And then every time you pick it up to turn it upside down and kind of tuck it under there. Yeah, they're neat, eh? I really like them a lot. Okay, so let's go here. Oh, sorry, Audrey. So I'm going to use Bambi for the center dot that I place on these swoops when I get to the end of the design. So we'll use Bambi for that. It's going to look like a little Christmas candy. Oop. A little bit too much paint there. Am I zoomed in too close? Zoom out just a little bit. Bambi's watching this and she looked at the phone when you said that. Yes. Hello, Bambi. I love you. Never met you, but I love you. To anybody who has pets listening to this live, I love you. Right at that point, Audrey stops grooming herself and looks like, who are you talking to? I'm the priority. All right. Bambi. I'm excited to see how this one dries. It's so funny, eh? Because we've got the samples. I know what the color's going to look like when it's dry. But seeing them all together, I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so we're going to do red over here. We're going to keep alternating, because why not? One. Woo! Oh, that was a lot. Oopsie. 2. Oop. Oh, shit. Whoopsie. All right, and then we're going to put Bambi again here. Hey, Bambi. Okay. All right. So we go green over here. This one is Verde. So the only one from the Shimmer series in this one is Bambi. So that should give some cool contrast too, to have those sparkles. I think I really like this. I'm super pumped to see it dry. Okay. So then that means we're going to do red. Let's go. How are we doing? All right. Thanks, guys. Nope, this one. Oop. All right. So that means start with red over here. Ooh, wait till you see the heat wave one. It's getting so dark. And the dark red is starting to come out. on the heat wave, the one that's just all red. So I'm going to be live on TikTok tomorrow night from 8 until 11 p.m. I'll have all of these ones there with me and dry. So if you want to see them, come and hang out with us tomorrow on TikTok. I'll post pictures as well, though, once I get off my butt and do photography. Oh, and the wasteland is starting to dry too. Starting to see more of the sparkle come out there too. It's so pretty. We'll have a look at them here before we sign off. I want to start a Oasis one. And there we go. So we'll let that one dry and see how she do. So this is where we're at so far. So we've got that one. We've got that one that's starting to dry and get nice and dark. And Wasteland is starting to dry too. Starting to see more of the silver coming out. So pretty. Ah! We're so lucky to get to play with these paints. Oh my God. We're so lucky. All right, so you are going back in there, and you are going back in there, and I'm going to grab Oasis, and we'll start an Oasis one. Oops, wrong way, over there. All right. And then this will be the last one for tonight. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Kathy, for that, too. Oops. Now, if I was a chalk pen, where would I be? Because I was... Oh, I'm sitting on it. Fantastic. I am no princess in the pea. I'd sit on a marker and not even notice. And then here. All right. Let's see. Where did I put you? All right, so let's do Oasis. I think this is gonna look so delicate, like the mug. Oh, that's what I should be doing. Okay, you know what? I am going to abandon this for a second, and let's go see if we can peel. Let's see if we can peel the blue off of the mug. Because that was almost 2 hours ago. Let's see if we can get that cleaned up. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to. Let's see. It might be a little too soon. Do you think it's too soon, Tara? Should I give it a bit longer? Let's see what happens. Okay, so we need to remove the swoops. Oh, look how easy. Fantastic. Look at that. Oh, that's satisfying. So glad I'm doing this on camera. Definitely need to post this. that's satisfying. Damn, that's amazing. Now that's the way to do it. And you can actually grab onto it. Whoop! Frig, that is satisfying. This is a whole new level of ASMR. What does ASMR stand for? Does anybody know? Like, I know what it is, but I don't know what it means. All right. Tiny bit of residue to pull off of there. That's going to come off real easy with this wooden stir stick. I find the wooden stir stick can act like an eraser. Sorry for the bouncing. I just braced my phone against my shoulder there. And that's probably because if I'd given it another half an hour, it probably would have peeled off a lot. Even better. But let me tell you, that's still a pretty darned easy cleanup. Isn't that lovely? Ta-da! I have no idea what the question was. I wish I knew. I got nothing. Oh, sorry about that. Thanks, Tina. There we go. Oh, what does ASMR stand for? Thanks, Christine. There are days when I'm really proud of myself for just making it through. All right, there we go. Just making sure it's all good. There we go. Lovely. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Wow. Thanks, Tara. Thanks, Dusty. You do the same. I get the answer and I'm like, what was my question? Yes. Yes. It happens far too often. Far too often. All right, well, let's do a little bit on here then. We can catch this one up. So I'm going to try and just make this a little bit narrower. Just because I want to have some extra space in here. All right, let's see how this goes now. Nope. 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 Pick one up, hands. Let's go. You have to pep talk your body. Yeah, sensory for senses, so that would be the audio for sure. It's fascinating, the stuff that exists out there for that sort of stuff, though, eh? The internet is a very fascinating place. So if you ever have that feeling of, oh, the thing that I like to do, there's no way I could make money at that on the internet. Absolute bullshit, in my opinion. Because when you find out some of the weird shit that's out there, you start to think, well, maybe the thing that I want to do isn't quite so weird after all. This is much better. It's still going to be closer than on the other side, but I think it's gonna be a little less noticeable, which is gonna be good. Very helpful. Yay. Yeah. I feel like most of it's auditory, but there's also visual ASMR. Yeah, totally. And technically, we're in that category in a lot of cases, right? Anything that is producing that response. Okay, yep, that's much better. That looks much better. That looks much more in line with that one. It's something, there's so many different ways to measure too, right? Like maybe I eyeballed it wrong when I placed this one. I placed it too far to one side, right? So there's different ways that you can do it. Something to consider, and it's something I'm going to consider on the next one as well, is maybe I start here. Like, where do I want these ones to be? Actually stick with the guidelines and measure it, and then find the midway point in here to place the middle one. That might be a way to go. But we'll wait and see. For now, I'm going to let that one dry. And that was a fast 2 hours, you guys. Where did the time go? That was super fast. Super duper fast. For those of you who did come to the workshop this weekend, there is still going to be another live in the group. It's just going to be an impromptu one whenever I happen to have some time to sit down and do some painting. I'm hoping to do that Saturday evening, just because I promised that I would not work on my workshop piece unless I was live, so that the recordings are all there for everybody. So I think that might, as of right now, I think that's going to be Saturday evening. So just know that there'll at least be another recording in there, and there might be a live, very likely be a live Saturday evening to work on it as well and get it finished. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are seeing this video before midnight Eastern on Friday, February the 1st, if you are interested in the workshop and want to view the recordings, be part of the Facebook group, get to vote on the next workshop layout and everything, tickets are still available at MandelaLoveAffair.com. And if you have any questions, let me know. Once Friday night at midnight comes and goes, sign-ups will be closed for this current workshop. When you're a member of the Facebook group, my goal is to, on Monday, send everybody who purchased a ticket and who joined, I'm going to send you all an email that has the video links for the private YouTube videos where the videos are going to be stored. And the Facebook group will stay up and running until the 15th of March to be able to keep sharing pictures and seeing what other people are posting and stuff. But yeah, if you haven't already signed up and you missed it and you want to join in on it and get the recordings, you can do that. And then in June, the beginning of June, that is when the recordings, just standalone recordings, so no access to the Facebook group or any of the other benefits that come with the workshop as it is now. They will be available like the other workshop recordings June 1st. All right, let me come back. Hi, Karina. Maybe I'll start another symmetry piece with Cactus Rose. Ooh, that would be so cool. I will get a nice big canvas ready. I'll get a nice big canvas ready and do a Cactus Rose in this design. I think that'll be really cool. Did I say something other than March 1st? So yeah, Friday, March 1st at midnight Eastern. You can still get a ticket for this previous workshop. I hope that helps. It was really cool, eh? Everybody's pieces were so amazing. I'm so unbelievably elated seeing all of the pictures. And I like that it was a relatively fast design. Once we got into it, painting it itself was quite quick, and I just hope you enjoyed it. But thank you for coming and hanging out with me tonight, you guys. I'm going to keep working on this mug tomorrow night. We'll keep working on the ornaments tomorrow night, and we'll probably work on the teal metallic canvas as well, because I'll have more bliss drops by then. So I'm excited, right? Super impressed, eh? Lisa, you finished yours last night, screwed up the edges, but next one will be better. I'm glad you enjoyed it enough that you want to give it another go. That makes me really, really happy. I'm so glad to hear, Lisa. I hope you had fun. It was wonderful hanging out with you too, Kathy. And I'll see you tomorrow for sure, Tara. Thank you. Lots of love to ya. And yeah, just thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to spending some more time with you over the next couple of days. I'm so glad, Lisa. That makes me so happy. Good night, Tina. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night, you guys. Love you to bits. Bye. Good night.